Hello, Ryari Fushimitsu here. Welcome to Let's Play Ape Escape 2, Part 15. So now we've cleared all the levels of the game, so now we're going to, continue playing the game, because there's still stuff to do in the game, though we supposedly captured Spectre and defeated him. And despite that, the game's gonna throw us back to the main title screen, not being completely unaware of the fact that we still want to play the game. Because, right, we still want to play the game, of course, right? So simply go to continue the game. So it looks like it somehow still wants us to continue the game. So it's going to begin our game as per usual. And oh look, something's going to happen.
Something terrible has happened, Hikaru. While I was fixing the transporter, Spectre managed to find a weak point and escaped from right under my nose.
He probably has some devilish plan in mind for the remaining monkeys out there.
Somebody call my name?
Spectre?
Come on. You didn't think I just let myself be captured, did you? Hikaru, you have really embarrassed me. And for that, I'll make sure you pay dearly. Bye-bye.
Last! There are still some monkeys raising hell out there. You need to catch every last one of them. If you don't catch them quickly, then all our efforts will be in vain. You've almost done it, Hikaru. This is the last stretch.
Okay.
Hikaru, I've assigned the See All scope to the L2 button. Take a good look around the levels to spot secret locations. Make good.
Of course, Dr. Phil just gave us a new gadget that we could use simply by looking at stuff with the L2 button. That's pretty good, I guess. And oh look, we just unlocked a minigame, Monkey Football. It's one of the best football games ever from what I've heard. And I think we unlocked yet another minigame. It's kind of like Donkey Kong Jr., but oh look, it's wickedly hard monkey climbing. Yeah, they knew it was going to be hard, so they called it wickedly hard. Really trying to discourage the kids that we playing this game. This game even was for kids that did not want to play the game, because ooh, it's really hard, like that. Like some of those games that only come out in Japan. Ooh. So let's go back to the first level, Liberty Island. And oh look, we're getting something new.
I'm sending this gotcha gadget to you.
Apparently it's a power punch now. It's not a magic punch anymore. It's a power punch now. Apparently there's nothing magical about it anymore. It's a weapon that's going to replace our stun club pretty much, because there's no point using the stun club now that we have this weapon. I've been hyped. We're building up a lot of hype for this gadget ever since the very first part of this episode LP, and now we're going to finally get the greatest gadget in the game, the power punch. It's really gonna pack a powerful punch. It truly does live up to its name. So we're going back to good old Liberty Island, where there's clearly a bunch of monkeys still hanging around that wouldn't let us capture the first time around. So now let's just equip our new gadget, our new powerful power punch, and we'll go and punch the crap out of these monkeys and capture them. So this place still looks the same as it did before. No, they didn't change anything in the level other than the fact that there's still, that wasn't even really a change, because these monkeys were there the first time around. We couldn't capture them the first time around. So now, there's nothing, but it's just the same thing, but now we can capture the monkeys, the new gadgets we got since we played for the first level. There's nothing really new at all in these levels. They didn't change the levels at all or alter the levels or do anything. They could have made the game more challenging by doing stuff like that, but no, they didn't. And we're gonna come across way more references. Tom Cruise, of course, let's be like Tom Cruise. And look, it's the Joker's wife. We're about to capture the Joker's wife now. Apparently it's hiding inside that spotlight or searchlight or whatever it is they're called. The monkeys seem to build a lot of searchlights around the Statue of Liberty. I guess they really wanted people at nighttime to see what the Statue of Liberty looks like up close. Because they want to see how they've changed, the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty has indeed changed. And yeah, they've still put these foam things around, which you don't even need to talk with. All next to me it says a bunch of bull crap to say. So we could now see there's a monkey hanging onto that finger of that monkey statue there, so we can finally punch them. It's really effective. Yes, punch the monkey and capture them. It's a really effective strategy. It's way better than using the stun club. Like I said, there's no point using the stun club anymore at this point. Yeah, I hope you guys don't mind missing the stun club, because, well, we're not going to see it anymore for the rest of this Let's Play.
Perfect.
So there, now Liberty Island is perfectly cleared, so now I go to the next stage, which I believe is located in the Netherlands, which is the home of the legendary Dutch. I hope you guys like legendary Dutch again, because that's what we're going to see a lot more of. And we're finally going to demonstrate that new thing that allows us, that Dr. Phil gave us, that allows us to see where monkeys are. A lot of this point out where monkeys are, where they're hiding, and they'll be hidden in locations that we can easily punch away with the magic punch. That's something we didn't get in the first Ape Escape, simply because the monkey radar we had in the first Ape Escape was way better than the monkey radar we have in this game. I don't know, maybe he downgraded the gadgets. I know some people do consider this game to be a downgrade from the first game, and maybe that's why, I don't know. But of course, it's still gonna be put against the same old usual enemies that we've been encountering ever since, well, we're technically at the beginning of the game again, because we're going back to the beginning of the game and going after all the monkeys we didn't capture the first time around. Just like we did the same thing in the first game. All the Ape Escape games kind of have that formula where it makes you play for every level in the game once, and then once you get through all of them, it makes you go back for all of them again to capture monkeys. See if you're pointing out where there's a monkey hiding there. It makes us go back to all the levels again, because it's not possible to get them all the first time around. Let's just go back to all these levels we've already been through again, recollect and recapture all the monkeys. Something else I do like about this game too is, unlike the first game, is that if you go to a red phone, unlike red mailboxes in the first game, it doesn't automatically come up with information on your screen telling you how to play the game. It rings, but you don't have to hit it if you don't want to. You don't have to listen to the tutorial stuff. So it actually allows you to skip. This game fully lets you skip tutorials, which is something the first game didn't do, which is actually something that's kind of better about this game. So we captured a reject from Spectre Boxing, Balboa. I'm pretty sure he was a big champion in Spectre Boxing from the first Ape Escape, which is completely absent in this game, which is really kind of a shame. I bet they could have made like a cool upgraded Spectre Boxing for this game. A brand new Spectre Boxing experience. I think would have been pretty good for this game, but nah, they didn't do it. Instead they just gave us monkey football, some monkey dance game, and then that game it's like Donkey Kong Jr., but it sucks. The reason why it's wickedly hard because the controls are awful. The controls are bad. Speaking of bad controls, I finally got to play Mega Man X7 for the first time ever last week. I never played Mega Man X7 before, because I heard only bad stuff about it, where people talked about how the game's complete total crap, and that it's a game that no one should ever play because of how bad it is. I never played the game for that reason. I didn't think it was worth buying the game, but now it's been years later. I can emulate a bunch of PS2 games. I can find hundreds of PS2 games all for free on the internet, so I could emulate them on my PCSX2 emulator. So I finally had the opportunity to play Mega Man X7. I finally got to play it for the first time ever, and all I have to say is all those people that said it was a garbage game, they weren't lying. It is a garbage game. Mega Man X7 is a piece of trash. It deserves to be forgotten. I deleted it from my computer and I replaced it with an ISO image of Mega Man X8, which is a way better game. 3D platforming belongs in games like Ape Escape, not Mega Man X. Which is something they kind of learned the hard way. And the Mega Man X series has been, I know I have to talk about how Ape Escape hasn't been any new Ape Escape game since 2006. They seem like, oh, there hasn't been any new Ape Escape games in a long time. That's really bad. There hasn't been any new Ape Escape games in a long time. Yeah, but Mega Man X games, there haven't been any new Mega Man X games in the main Mega Man X series in an even longer amount of time. There haven't been any new Mega Man X games since Mega Man X8 in 2004. We need some new Mega Man X games. I don't want to make new classic Mega Man games. I still think we should get some more Mega Man X games, though. Those ones are pretty good, too, and they're well liked and well received. Some people think they're even better than the classic Mega Man games. Which, they could be to some extent, maybe. So even though I just badmouthed the monkey radar just earlier on, we're still going to use it to help us find and locate monkeys in a much faster amount of time, because, well, I'm kind of doing the speedrun approach. Not exactly the speedrun approach. I know do speedrunners even use those? I'm not even sure if I've ever seen any speedruns of this game before. I have seen speedruns of the original Ape Escape before, but I don't think I've seen speedruns of this one. Then again, I never really intended on this video of being a speedrun or anything like that. I'm not a speedrunner, at least I don't consider myself to be a speedrunner. I have a bad feeling about this, Hikaru. Yeah, no crap, because Hikaru's about to come and capture the monkey known as Lily. Something that I clearly missed. I must have been blind or something like that when I went for this level the first time around, because how could I have missed such an obvious thing like this? I don't even need to use a magic punch because they say you should be really careful on the light blue pants monkeys because of how they are. But really, I think that's a load of crap. You should give them hell. You should give every monkey in this game hell. These monkeys have caused hell on our world, which is what gave us a lot of hell, which is what Dr. Phil just said. So you might as well do the same to the monkeys. Give them hell. That's the only way you're gonna win is by fighting this game. So if you fight fire with fire, and the monkeys take that way too seriously in the next game, because the next game they actually do steal your gadgets from you and actually try to use them against you. It's kind of a scary thing if you put it in perspective that way. So you see the last remaining monkey is hiding in the wall right there, so we could go use the Sky Flyer, which I don't think is possible to guess, because I don't think we had the Sky Flyer first, or whatever it's called, first time I went to this level. And we didn't have the power punch either or any of that stuff earlier the first time around too. So there's only one more monkey I think left in this level, and he's right there in front of us apparently, or very close to us apparently, which is what our monkey radar shows. The monkey radar is mostly accurate for the most part, doesn't throw us off that much. Oh, there he is. One of those dark blue pants monkeys. Those monkeys are really fast. Not because he just tripped over. Not because I didn't even use the magic punch. I mean the power punch, sorry. I didn't even do anything. His name's Trip. Yeah, I think I know why he's called Trip. He trips everywhere. He's like Gerald Ford where he trips down the stairs of Air Force One. I bet he trips on the floor of his place all the time. He can walk on the flattest, most void of obstacle surface in the world and he would still trip, which is apparently what was happening right there. Thankfully you don't need to do boss battles again, at least I don't think you do in this game. So we go on to the next level, which is the castle level, the Castle Frightmare level. Halloween's coming up soon, so I guess it's kind of fitting. It's like a haunted house. Ooh, it's a haunted house. You know what's scarier than haunted house? A hoarded house. I'm pretty sure you could break one of these tombstones here with the power punch. 1999 banana, yeah, banana was born in 1999. There he is. I knew we could break one of those things and reveal a monkey. Arthur. Makes me think of that Arthur from, what's that game called? Ghosts and Goblins? I'm pretty sure Arthur was doing something with his girlfriend at the beginning of that game. Why else would Arthur be and his girlfriend be sitting outside somewhere when Arthur's in his underwear? Yeah, they always like to put suggestive things in kids' games, or I don't even think it was a kids' game. It's probably a good adult game because of how hard that game is. Like Ghosts and Goblins games, one of the most challenging games ever. I played that game a lot before, but I've never beaten the first level of it for that very reason. So we're going to use our mostly useless water can. Oh, first I forgot, we could capture the Mona Lisa monkey, or Van is what it's called. Is that a reference to Van Gogh or something like that? We could use our water can, our mostly useless water can. We could go in here and look at that, there's a sculpture in there. It's really just a monkey frozen in something. Just go and capture that monkey. The invisible monkey. I don't really think that's invisible. Hiding in a sculpture doesn't really make you invisible, I don't think. Okay, well, technically does make you so people can't see what you actually look like. But that's only because the sculpture is blocking light, so it prevents light from reflecting off you. People that are born with the inability to reflect light are also invisible. That's kind of like what Mr. Ash was like in Twisted Metal 3, which doesn't really make sense considering how he was in the original Twisted Metal. But, you know, again, 989 doesn't understand Twisted Metal. It's a good thing 989 never made the Ape Escape games. They wouldn't understand Ape Escape at all. Or they never understand anything. They should have just stuck with sports games. Stick with what you know. Because oftentimes, sticking with what you know is the best way to be. That's what I do with these games all the time. I stick with games that I know and do Let's Plays of, games. Because I'm very familiar with all these games that I Let's Play. They're always games that I've played a lot before, that I'm familiar with. Those are the kinds of games I never even consider myself to be a Let's Player until far more recently. So I believe under here is where one of the last monkeys. Here's the giant banana they're doing some sort of surgical experiment on. They're using like surgical scissors or surgical syringes or things like that on that banana. Looks like something the Nazis would do in that Wolfenstein 3D game or something like that. So here's this monkey here with a chainsaw on his arm stuff. He's no match for our power punch or overly powerful power punch. We can destroy him in a few hits easy. And there we go. Stein. I wonder that could be a reference to. Steins that I know of that would be involved in something like this. Maybe it's a reference to Wolfenstein, because that's kind of what this is like, doing like a freaking science experiment or like a surgical experiment on a banana. Maybe it's some sort of way to bring the dead. And there are clearly worse than dead people out there. There's some tombstones, and we're in a tombstone now. Maybe this is some sort of plan to bring the dead back. To reanimate the dead so that way they could, I don't know, be used to make an army. That's something that like one of Spectre's secret things. I bet something like that may have been done in a future Ape Escape games. They kept making Ape Escape games, which is what they really should have. I know I stress that idea a lot, but it's true. They should have made way more Ape Escape games than we actually got. We deserve a lot of more Ape Escape games. Screw Grand Theft Auto. Ape Escape is what we really should be playing, what we really need more of. There, now I capture all the monkeys in this frightening castle. But it's not so frightening now that I went through and I beat down all their forces and captured all their monkeys. And so, this is Ryari Fushimitsu, signing out.